Good morning. How y'all doing? I'm excited for another nice day of weather here. I tell you what, I've been struggling this morning to fix this flaky automated test. Uh, and yeah, it's been one of those days where it's like I like to take my laptop and throw it across the room. But I finally figured out what the issue was, so I'm going to fix it now. Whew. There was about an hour there where I was like, I've been working on it longer than today, but I was kind of at my wit's end. All right, let's go over here. Um, I don't know if you guys pay attention to the whole TypeScript ecosystem, but there was a big announcement. TypeScript's going to rewrite its compiler and its language server in Go. And it's wild to me the people on the internet who are like straight up arguing with the TypeScript team, and particularly like even arguing with Anders about who is one of the co-creators of C Sharp. He's one of the co-creators of TypeScript. He might be the creator of C Sharp, but he's a co-creator of TypeScript, and they're just outright arguing with the team about the decision they made. And I just think to myself, man, what arrogance is that, right? Like, I'm sure these guys know what they're doing, right? Particularly somebody like Anders Halsberg. Like, I'm sure he doesn't need your input. But yeah, there's a lot of arrogance on the internet. Hey, Steve, what's up, man? Oh yeah, dude, don't even worry about it. If you're driving, man, you focus on driving. Yeah, no worries at all. There's not much happening over here, anyways. But thanks for uh, thanks for dropping a chat, comment, chat. I always mix them up. I say comment, but I really mean a chat message. I'm new at this whole streaming thing. People got to cut me some slack, you know. um. Okay. Let's take care of what I said I was going to take care of. I'm so particular about like my Git branch management. Like I hate having any clutter or stale branches. Why isn't that showing up? Git pull, Git branch dash R. There we go. Git switch. There we go. All right, we're gonna fix this flaky test that's been driving me nuts. It's been driving me nuts, man. So I'm using different headphones today, so if the music sounds too loud or too low, let me know. I think it's kind of messed with my audio setup here. I just sometimes I get tired of wearing the over-the-ear headphones. Like I hate the way the over-the-ear headphones like leaves that indent on your hair, like right here. Like it'll look like you've had something smashed against your head. Can't stand it. But I really like these. Honestly, I bought these headphones for they're just like Sony. They're not the nice Sony ones. They're like the step down. I got them on sale at Target for like 80 bucks. Best $80 I've ever spent in a very long time. If you're a parent, if you're a dad, if you're a parent, you need yourself some noise canceling headphones. I guess unless you live in like a giant house that has like 50 rooms in it and you can just send your kids off into a faraway room, but if you're a normal person and you have kiddos, life's better with noise canceling headphones. Sclaquidist. Hi, how are you? I'm good, man. How are you doing? It's been a minute. You doing well? Getting your Thursday off to a good start? Well, I guess it could already be Friday for you depending on where you're at. I don't remember if we talked about where you're from. But nice to see you again, man. Hope you're doing well. Roysland Doy, hi, how are you? Please shout out Ella. Please, God bless you always. Well, that's really nice. You blessing me like that, man. And yeah, good morning, Ella. And good morning, Roysland Doyle. I'm doing better. It's Thursday now. How about you? I'm good, man. Let's see. I was having a little temper tantrum earlier over this flaky automated test that I've been trying to chase down for like, I don't know, a day and a half, and I finally figured it out, but it required much turmoil. But yeah, other than that, everyone's good. Kids finally got over they had like a little runny nose virus thing going on, so they're both over that now. It seems like, and everyone's back at school today, and I'm trying to make it a productive day at work. I've got plans later to stream and work on building a model context protocol. Uh, Model context protocol server, or to continue working on one. So I'm going to do that later today. I'll be live while I'm doing that. So if you guys are around 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, come hang out. It will be a lot of me just stumbling over my words and trying to figure out something new, which is always fun. Other than that, yeah, man, just drinking coffee, hanging out in Kansas, streaming on the internet. I did wake up today and saw that my YouTube. That's nice to hear. Just keep on doing your thing and grind. Yeah, that's right, man. That's what a successful life looks like, right? I mean, a normal, everyday life. It's routine. It's stability. It's consistent effort applied over a long period of time. Um, there's not a lot. There's not much other secret sauce to it. I always say, like, if you guys have ever heard of financial independence, the financial independence movement, they have a thing that they refer to as like the boring middle, right? And that's very much where we are in life, where at the moment everything's good, everyone's healthy. Um, I have a job, my wife has a job, um, and we're just kind of making sure we provide a stable home and a stable life for our kiddos, and enjoying that. Pro Gaming 12 official. Hi, how are you doing? Good to see you again, man. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. What code editor do you use? So Pro Gaming 12, this has actually changed really recently. So if you had asked me at like pre 2025, I would have said VS Code. I've used Visual Studio, I've used Writer, I've used WebStorm, but VS Code is what stuck, and so that's what I pretty much had been using for the last 3-4 years every day. And then for whatever reason, at the beginning of January this year, I got this bug in my ear that's like, hey, I should really try to figure out how NeoVim works, because it just looks fun. If you watch the Primeagen, it just looks like he has a ton of fun editing with it. So that's what I'm using right now is NeoVim. And occasionally I switch back over to VS Code for certain tasks, but NeoVim for the most. Azim Khan, what's up, brother? How are you, Azim? Good to see you again, man. It's been a minute. Have you tried the AI hype code editors? I have not. Hey, Pablo, what's up, man? Yeah, how you doing? Good to see you again. Thanks for stopping in on the stream again. Appreciate you. I haven't. So I have tried. So obviously I use Copilot and I pay for Copilot. Um, I probably should spend some time exploring agent mode with VS Code, right? I mean, at least the fact that I pay for the Copilot service, like I should at least try to see what the features are like. Um, but I haven't tried Cursor or anything like that. Pablo, you're a Cursor user, so what do you think of it, Pablo? If you don't mind me asking. Azim, I use Sublime Text. Nice. Yeah, I've never used Sublime Text. The closest I think I've used to Sublime would be like Atom or Notepad++. I tried those back in the day. But a lot of people swear by Sublime. Like I think DHH, the guy who created Ruby on Rails and Basecamp and the whole 37 Signals company, he swears, I think, or he used to at least swear by Sublime Text. I think he switched. I think he switched to NeoVim because he switched over to a Linux daily driver. But when he was working on a Mac, he swore by using Sublime, I think. Roislin, I subbed. Hope your kids stay well. That's nice of you, Roislin. Appreciate it. I need to go. God bless you all always. Well, that's so nice of you. Very kind. Sclacridus, it's wonderful to have someone by your side and you both put a lot of work into something. You have kids. That's when you know you made it. I'm really glad for you. Yeah, thanks, Sclacridus. That is right. Having somebody to build a life with is one of the best parts of finding a partner, right? A long-term partner, to have a shared vision and a shared set of values. Pablo says, good. The autocomplete is really useful. The chat is good. Haven't used the agent mode yet, but it supports MCP, so I really want to use it. Nice. I also have a Copilot subscription and a Super Maven one. Oh, Pablo, you're deep down the AI rabbit hole, or the AI code assistant rabbit hole. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the reason I haven't tried them, is just I get frustrated trying to figure out how to prompt the LLM to do what I want it to do when I already know what I want it to do in my head and I can just exercise that. Like the AI powered autocomplete is wonderful. Like I just find that to be such a productivity boost. And so, but I haven't yet tried out the whole AI powered editor stuff. And I should. I know I should. I know I shouldn't let my previous experiences stand in the way of trying something new. Let's see. Programming 12 says, what tutorials did you watch to become a developer? Do you know about the 10x developer legend? The 10x, yeah. So yeah, I have no interest in trying to make myself into a 10x developer. I want to be a good developer, which to me means that I can solve just about any problem given a long enough timeline. But I have no interest in like competing or comparing myself to others. That's such a bad thing to build one's ego on, because there's always going to be somebody out there who's smarter, faster, better than you are. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast, right? There's probably some 15-year-old right now who's building the next the next OS in assembly from memory, So I don't really go for all that. I'm the best developer. No, I'm the best developer. No, I know more than you. No, I don't really fuck with that. In terms of tutorials that I watched to become a developer, or at least to be able to be a developer, I would say Free Code Camp is where I started. And then that was more on the web technology side, right? And then on the C#.net side, Pluralsight, if you've ever heard of that website. Pluralsight is where I learned a lot of the C# stuff, and then a lot of YouTube. Guys like Nick Chapas, guys like Tim Corey, people like that for the C# side. Let's see, Azim Khan, what about the flush alert system you are? Oh yeah, Azim, you remember that? I haven't done any work against that, man. I need to. Right now I just have so many loose ends. I need to wrap some of them up before I start something like that. But I still think about that all the time because at least 5 or 6 times a day I have to go into I have to go into our kiddos' bathroom and yell at them and say, "Hey, someone forgot to flush the toilet in here." um, I don't know. Maybe it's a boy thing. I don't know. We have boys, so I don't know. It's just it's a it's another dad problem. Not the 10x, the 10 point thing X. I got faster, didn't you, Flash? Yeah. No, I guess I haven't heard the 10.00x legend. Um, but yeah, I don't really, I don't know. I'm on my journey. I'm on my path, and I just kind of, focus on the things that you can control. I don't worry about what's going on around me too much. Um, obviously I'm cheering for everybody else. Like I want everybody else to win, but I don't. Even with all the AI stuff, like I think that's one of the big things about the AI hype that's going on right now is I think it's very easy to feel like you're going to get left behind. Um, and that's probably life in general, right? When lots of things are happening and new stuff, and people are saying I'm doing this and I'm building that and I'm working for this company. I think it's very easy to start having a lot of FOMO. And yeah, I just put the blinders on, you know, run your race. Maddox, this is the earliest I've been to your streams. Good morning. Hello, Maddox. Good to see you again, man. How are you doing? Azim, what approach you follow to learn a new skill? Do you jump to tutorials or you watch tutorials, make notes side by side, or what? So, Azim, it's changed a lot over the years. Yeah, it's changed a lot. So I think nowadays what I do is if there's a specific piece of technology or a specific library or a specific if there's a very specific thing, then what I'll usually do is I'll usually start with a tutorial, or I'll try to find somebody I respect who I already know, and I'll try to watch them teach that thing. And that's all. What that is, that's all about me just getting up to speed on what is this technology, what is this library, what are the basics of it. Um, but then almost I will spend a very little time in that tutorial world, right? I might watch one tutorial, I might watch one thing on it, and then very quickly what I try to do is I try to take that skill and apply it to a problem that's relevant to me. So I'll very quickly try to like, okay, what's something I can solve with this thing, or what's something I can integrate or implement with this thing, and then I will start trying to solve that problem. And inevitably, what happens as you do that is it exposes your lack of understanding, right? Like, oh, well, I'm not sure how that works, or oh, how would I do that? And then I use those moments as opportunities to chase down and fill in those gaps. That's kind of the approach I take. And there's usually a little bit of note taking, but for coding related stuff, right, a lot of the note taking is in the thing you're writing, right? So that's kind of my approach at the moment. Glitch Gamers, hello, bro. How are you doing? Pablo, just miss out. Yeah, right. I mean, it's just there's something to be said about not getting distracted. Put your blinders down, put your blinders on, and work. Like, go to work for a year, 6 months, and then look up, right? Or maybe it's more frequent than that. But yeah, if you spend every day like, oh, what are they doing over there? Oh, what are they doing over there? Oh, I need to be over there doing that. I need to go learn that. You inevitably end up making no progress for yourself, and you just constantly feel like, God, I wish I could be there, or I wish I could do that, or I wish I could be working on this. Glitch, hey, I subscribed you. I appreciate that, Glitch. It's very kind of you. Maddox, I'm definitely a learn as I go type of learner. I follow YouTube videos until I'm comfortable doing it on my own. Yeah, Maddox, and so yeah, that kind of jives with what I said, where I just early on when I was learning to code, I found myself having that experience of like, oh, like I'd watch a tutorial, I'd follow a course, and I'd be like, oh, I totally get this. And then I'd try to go do it for myself, and I would be like, wait a minute, why don't I know? I was stuck. I was experiencing that tutorial hell experience, and so very quickly I learned that in order to make that knowledge and those skills really mine, I needed to apply them in a different new context than what was being presented from the tutorial. Programming 12 official. They say that the 10KX developer is undefeatable and has won every game. See, we still don't know who it is. Yeah, I don't. Who knows? I hope that guy's having a good life. At the end of the day, what else should you do than enjoy your life the way you want and be the best at the stuff that make you feel alive? You're right, Scalacridus, and that's right. Like why I do coding, why I do programming, why I work out, why I create content. Right? It's just doing things that I find that I enjoy and want to be good at purely for the sake of my own. For my own fulfillment, right? And what's interesting about that, though, is that I also believe, right, especially as a dad who's thinking about his two sons growing up and going out into the world and wanting them to be successful, is I also think that way lies success, right? If you can find things that you're passionate about and that bring you energy and that excite you, you're going to work hard at them, and therefore you're going to get good at them. And eventually, right, maybe it takes some time, but hopefully you can find a way to parlay that into something somebody will pay you to do. And that has different meta levels to it, right? Like I would say my thing is I'm excellent at solving problems, very good at it. I have a particular set of skills that allow me to think about a problem, to generate hypothesis about the problem, to test my hypothesis, to gain understanding, eventually whittle the problem down and come to a solution. And so while people don't pay me to do that necessarily with code, I do it in a lot of other ways and have done it over a lot of industries in a lot of different places. Maddox, Reddit and YouTube are the best resources if you don't know how to do a particular task. Yeah, I don't use Reddit so much. I personally just don't. I'm not a big Reddit user. Sometimes I'll post over there, but I find myself on YouTube a lot. I think YouTube is just is OP. Definitely a YouTube mechanic for my car. Yeah, YouTube mechanic. Yeah, that YouTube's how I learned how to change the oil in my car. Does C# have built-in GUI like Java's JFrame? I'm not familiar with JFrame, but C# does have, like, they have Windows Forms. Let me look that up real quick, just so JFrame Java. Let me see what that's like. JFrame is a class used to create top-level window. Yeah, so I think a WinForms app would probably be closest to this, closest to JFrame. But Windows also, C# you can also write Blazor apps, which can be run. You can write Blazor code that runs web apps, that runs mobile apps, that runs desktop cross-platform. So yeah. Glitch, I want to say something. Can you tell your Insta? You can say just about anything you want, Glitch. Some of it I might decide shouldn't be here, but you're welcome to say something. Glitch, can you tell your Insta? Yeah, my Insta is just my name. So if you go to Instagram, I think it's just Steven.Freeborn is my Instagram. I'm not super active over there anymore. I think my last post was like 2 years ago. I just don't post over there much. Pro Gaming 12. Here, I'll actually, here's my Insta if you're curious. Or actually, I think that was a post. There's my Insta. Do I know the BrainRot coding? I do not know the BrainRot plus coding language. Maddox, how often, if at all, do you utilize LLMs like ChatGPT to do a quick audit of code that you're working on? I don't use it to audit my code a lot. I use it quite a bit when I have an idea for something, right? Where I'm like, okay, like what's a recent example? A recent example was I needed to build a date picker, but it needed to function in a very specific. It needed to basically be a one-to-one match to another date picker. And so I was like, I never built a date picker before, so I asked ChatGPT, I asked Claude, I was like, so if you had to build a date picker, how would you do it? Right? And then it just dumped out a bunch of code. And some of it worked, some of it didn't. But it kind of gave me like that. It kind of gave me like a, what I want to call it. It kind of gave me like a starting point, right? It was like it was again one of those 0 to 1 problems where it's like, I've never done this before. I think I would maybe know about how I'd go about doing it, but I kind of want to see how someone else would do it, right? And I don't interact with developers in that way on a daily basis. Like, I don't have colleagues I can just reach out and be like, hey, if you were gonna do this, how would you do it? And so a lot of times Claude or ChatGPT or DeepSeek or whoever can be that like can be that, what do I want to call it? Can be that like rubber duck, right? Even better than a rubber duck, because it'll actually like, here's what I do. So yeah, that's what I use it for most of the time. And obviously I use Copilot, like AI powered IntelliSense autocomplete stuff. You know, that's like, I was using it last night. I was working on one of the repos on my GitHub, trying to fix some issues or some enhancements that people had logged, and I was writing tests, right? And it's just, I mean, it just makes writing tests so much faster, right? Because it has all the context of how I've written all my tests around it, and so it'll just like blurb, and it'll dump a brand new test in there. And a lot of the times I still have to change it, but there's so much boilerplate code that it generates for me that cuts down on the amount of time I would spend writing tests, which is great. Maddox, I'm never on Insta. I'm largely migrated from Meta and X. Yeah, I haven't been on Facebook much. I haven't been on Instagram much. If I'm most active on Blue Sky at the moment, like posting. Maddox, I use GPT help me create a form utilizing Microsoft Access to make a daily check sheet for my small ambulance service. I'm not a dev whatsoever. I used it to help me get to what I want. Yeah, exactly, Maddox. And that to me is like, that is where LLMs shine. Is like, I have a blank page. I roughly know where I want this thing to go. I'm not sure how to get there. To me, it's a big value add. Pro Gaming 12 official, how do you collaborate on a project? Are you asking me how I do it, or are you asking how you should do it? Let's see, Maddox, Copilot is just a rebadged GPT. Both ChatGPT and Copilot will tell you that Copilot is based on GPT-3. Yeah, but like, I don't know if you've interacted with Copilot recently, Maddox. Like, you can switch now in the GUI. You can pick between a bunch of different models. Like, you can pick between Claude Sonnet. You can use Chat GPT 4.0, I think, or 4.0 Mini. So you can use different models at least in Copilot Chat. I don't know if that selection also carries over to the autocomplete, but who knows these days, right? How they're doing all the implementation. Maddox, drop that Blue Sky. Oh yeah, for sure, man. The Blue Sky is just at stephenfreeborn.com, but I can give you the link. But that's where I'm at most days these days. My Twitter profile got suspended like at the end of last year randomly. I have no idea why. I recreated another one, but after I got suspended, I was just like, well, this is dumb. I've never done anything on this platform to warrant suspension. How do you do it? I use LiveShare on VS Code. I don't really have the need to do that much programming. I would probably, if I did, I'd probably use LiveShare, I guess, on VS Code if I needed to. I don't know of anything for NeoVim that would work for that, but I don't work on very many projects that have other people working on them. Even the code I write for work, I'm the only one in the QA department that can write code that's like technical like that. So hesitant to put Copilot on your machine. primarily use it for gaming. I'm not a fan of where Microsoft is forcing everything to go to. Yeah, hey man, I understand this as as a dad of two boys that are deep into technology. I have subscriptions up the wazoo. I pay for 2 Fortnite crews. I pay for 2 Xbox Game Passes. I pay for 2 PlayStation Pluses. So yeah, the death by 1,000 subscription paper cuts is a real thing. Pro Gaming says you got suspended for posting a tutorial on how to center a div. If that was the case, that would be hilarious. Although, you know, centering a div, it's that classic joke. And early on, when you're learning web development, it does feel really difficult to center a div. Uh, and it seems like every time you have to do it, you look it up. But my go-to now for centering stuff in a div is just display flex, justify content center, align item center. I know another one that people like is grid, and then I think it's place items center. I think is the property for that. But I usually just use flex. I'm now your 44th follower on Blue Sky. Well, I appreciate you, Maddox. You should get a Rocket Money sponsorship. No, Rocket Money is predatory like Honey and other MLMs. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is Rocket Money, is that that's like an online mortgage, right? Oh no, Rocket Money is for finding and canceling subscriptions. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know all the so I'm super anal about our finances. So I'm like, you know, if you got, I mentioned earlier the whole idea of financial independence. That's definitely something that my family is pursuing, and so I'm super micromanage all of our monies. So I know all the subscriptions we have. Um, but like, to just go back to Maddox's point about like everything requires a subscription now. Yeah, I feel your pain. Programming, I know web developing, I just can't use CSS. Well, programming, then all your stuff's gonna look like like dog shit, you know? I mean, CSS is what makes the web pretty. It's pretty wild too if you go to, you know, if you go to a website and you like block the CSS requests. I mean, it's amazing how much of what you're looking at, the structure, the layouts, all of it, right, is like the great experiences that you have on the web. So much of it is because of CSS. And yet at the same time, it's funny how much effort web developers put into avoiding writing CSS. I'm a native CSS guy. I mean, I've tried Tailwind. I've used Bootstrap. I don't think they're bad. I think they're just fine. I just find myself a lot of times just being like, man, I'd rather write native CSS. I love that. Rocket Money cancels subscriptions for a fee. You end up subscribing to them to stop subscribing to other sites. Yeah, I love that. Well, that's very meta, right? That's very first world. Get a subscription to cancel your subscriptions. Steve1E sup. I spilled coffee all over my table this morning. I'm sorry about that, Steve1E. That's the worst, dude. I've had mornings like that. Definitely had mornings like that. I'm trying to do something with a div and it looks like a 5-year-old coded it. Well, yeah, that's probably what if anybody goes and looks at the code I write, I'm sure people are like, what the hell is this guy doing? You can't let that fuck you up though. I used to be a personal trainer, and I used to get super hung up in my head about making sure I wrote the most optimal, most scientifically sound programs for my clients. Like, I used to basically write them as if my most, you know, the people I look up to the most in the strength conditioning world were going to come and like look at my program and be like, that's wrong. So I would get so hung up on that. And when I started learning code, I kind of had that same issue where I would write and work on programs with this concern that like, Uncle Bob was gonna like jump out from behind me and be like, no, that's wrong. And I think that's an impediment. I think you should, you know get the thing working, right? Get the thing working, then get it working well, right? Don't prematurely optimize. There's nothing wrong with some spaghetti code. If you're just doing a POC or standing something up for your own use, you can always go back and refactor and revisit it. Steve, the worst thing is that I have one of those desk mats that covers the whole desk. Oh, that's yeah. So you gotta peel that sucker off, huh? uh, my high school made everyone do C++ thinking. That was the way things were going, so I graduated with C++ certification. Couldn't tell you what C++ does though. I graduated in 2013. That's awesome. Yeah, I guess everybody moved away from C++. I mean, not everybody. I mean, C++ is still very relevant in particular areas, right? It's not super relevant, I guess, in web dev anymore. I mean, there's just that the job of being a web developer, there's very little C++ has to do with that, right, on a day to day. But for other things, right, like embedded systems, lower level programming, that's not really my world, but there's a place for it. Have you maybe checked out my API? I've looked at it, St1E. So I've looked at your repo. I haven't run it or pulled it down or anything like that. Because I have no, like, part of it's like I look at this and I sort of kind of think, but I have no idea. Like, I need to learn some Go. Bro, your last post is Jan 2022. Yep, that sounds about right, Glitch. Yeah, I just largely 2022, 2021, I kind of stepped away from making content on the internet after 10 plus years of doing it. I just took a big break, took a big step back, took a big break. Steve, what do you think? It looks good, man. I mean, like, you got the Sudoku solver going. I saw the Sudoku algorithm there with a little bit of recursion. I did it without 100 cases. Yeah, 100%. Got a little bit of recursion there, I saw. So, yeah, I think it's awesome, man. You're learning Go. I think you're building stuff, and that's what matters. Did I hear you were a personal trainer? I definitely need to get into shape. While round is a shape, my heart and veins are pissed off. Yeah, I was. Yeah, so back in the day for about 10 years. 10 years? No. Yeah, 10 years. I mean, I still have my certifications and whatnot. I just I don't actively coach people anymore at this point. If people want me to write a program, I'll write them a program, but I charge an arm and a leg to do it. And I don't offer to hold people's hands through stuff anymore. St1E, I got to get started on that web scraper. Yeah, that sounds like a cool project, St1E. Having a little web scraper. Dead links are a real thing, I guess, on the internet. It's a real problem. Who was I? I was listening to a podcast last week about that on, or maybe 2 weeks ago, on Scott Hanselman's podcast. I don't know if you guys know who Scott Hanselman is, but he was talking to a fella that runs a site that does microblogging, and he was talking about how like dead links are like a real, like, if you go into the Wayback Machine, right, there's dead links everywhere. My problem is motivation. Maybe once I get back on MH meds, I can start getting back into shape. Yeah, motivation is, man. I mean, the thing is, Maddox, like, you gotta fuck motivation, right? Like, working out, taking care of yourself, moving your body, right? Moving your body. It just has to become part of who you are, right? It has to become part of the story of who you are, right? Are you the kind of person that wakes up every day and brushes their teeth? Great. You need to become a person who wakes up every day and moves their body. Because there's going to be days where you don't feel like it, right? There's going to be days where it's like, man, I'd much rather just sit at my desk and work on some more stuff, or play some games, or just lay on the couch and chill. That's normal. So you kind of just have to get to this place where it's not negotiable. Like when I wake up in the morning, I don't think, am I going to work out today or not? I am going to work out today. You know, I am going to move my body in some way. Programming 12 official. I use encrypted JavaScript to upload an infinite while loop to an app called SoloLearn that lets you upload code from your phone. I crashed the phones of 268 people and then got banned. Wow. Okay, programming. That's crazy, man. Glitch gamers. Bro, I have nothing to play. What do you mean, Glitch? Game? Assassin's Creed Shadows getting ready to come out. Are you going to play that? Sorry, lots of meetings today. Oh yeah, no word, Pablo. Get the meetings, man. I've got a meeting at 11:15. At 11:15. So yeah, I'll be, like I said, I'll usually do about an hour of this, and then the stream is going well though, Pablo. We're just hanging out and talking. I've had a lot of good chatting today. I appreciate all you guys interacting and asking questions and chatting back and answering my questions. It's much different than when I first started doing this at the beginning of the year and started streaming. It was literally just me sitting here by myself, talking to myself, which, I mean, it's the nature of the beast. My guilty pleasure is Among Us. Embarrassingly, I'm excited about AU 3D. What's AU 3D? AU 3D. My kids play Among Us. I've played it with them before. Yeah, I'm not sure what AU 3D is. But I am excited for Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I'm excited for Verdansk. In April, I think Verdansk is coming back. Pablo, you are amazing. I don't know if I could work while on stream. Yeah, well, I try to the work I try, would not do either if I try. Yeah, I try to plan like the stuff during these hours to just be not super intense stuff. It's usually administrative things, following up on emails, tracking my time, that type of thing. But right now I am putting in a fix for this flaky end-to-end test that's been bothering me. Which I don't like this solution. I feel like this solution, the better solution is to Does anyone here happen to know how I can share my clipboard between WSL and host system? I don't, Steve1E. Although do you use PowerShell? Right? Because I mean, hold on. I guess I haven't tried. Oh, are you saying like if you set your clipboard? Is that what you mean? Like if you're in the terminal and you're setting? I was thinking if you just Control-C, shouldn't that copy to the same clipboard, whether you're in WSL or the host? But I guess it probably acts differently if you set your clipboard. Lags Medina, just quit. Oh man, what a wonderful sentiment you bring to the chat this morning, Lags. Lags, JK, I'm 19. Okay, well, it doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't justify you being an asshole. Nah, I mean Control C, Control V, and it doesn't. Oh, that's weird. Here, I'm gonna open. I feel like it should do that. I'm not using terminal nor warp, but just. Oh, okay. I actually don't then. I don't. I've never used that before, so I'm sorry. Yeah, that's like the. You're talking about like the actual GUI. Oh, nice. We got some people linking up to play some Minecraft. Nice. Very cool. Oh, I appreciate you sharing that, Pablo, in the Discord. That's nice of you. Yeah, there's a for people that don't know, there is a Discord server link in my channel description if you're interested in joining. Um, if you're interested in joining a server, I haven't worked on the Model Context Protocol server at all since yesterday. I was gonna work on it some more today around 3 o'clock. I'll be live again 3 p.m. CST. I've been aiming for 2 o'clock, but I have a meeting at 2, so the stream's got to move. Let's see, Manic. Oh. Okay, cool. People are linking up to play Minecraft. I like it. Okay, I think I'm gonna try this fix. Pablo, you have to go now. Yeah, I'll be on. I'll be streaming about 3 p.m. CST, right around there, for about an hour. So if you're around, come hang out. If not, no worries, man. Thanks for stopping by today, though. This morning. I hope you have a good rest of your Thursday, Thursday. If I don't see you again. See you then. Hopefully, I may have university classes. Yeah, no worry, Pablo. Good luck, man. Have a good day. Pro gaming. Okay. That's crazy, man. Well, good for you. It's 11 o'clock your time. Go get ready for the meeting. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a low key meeting. Yeah. We have a new person that started on our team, so I'm just going to meet with them and go over some onboarding stuff. So at this point, I can talk about most things related to my job in my sleep. You do something long enough. I have no idea what you guys are talking about right now, but I hope everyone is safe. I don't partake of any mind-altering substances. Arnold Ritz, you look confused. I'm not confused. I was confused looking at the chat for a second, but no, I'm not. I'm not confused now. Grisella D'Souza. I sort of, kind of. Your last name looks familiar, so I'm pretty sure you've been here before. So how are you doing? Good to see you again. I quit nicotine 3 years ago. Hey man, congratulations. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to kick. That to me is right up there with like trying to quit caffeine. I know nicotine's like has a little bit more negative health effects, but I guess I should say the products nicotine is in has more consequential health what do I say, health impacts, I guess. So that's, yeah. What's in your head you can share with us? I mean, at the moment, nothing. I'm looking at some code. I'm looking at the GUI of a piece of software and just kind of thinking about how I want to go about solving a problem. Chrisella, I'm good. How are you? I'm good. We're just hanging out on this nice random Thursday here in Kansas, chatting with you guys. They say bigger the head, worse the headache. Oh. I have a question. Yeah, go ahead. Ask your question. Maddox, never been a big caffeine consumer. Oh, fair enough, man. Yeah, caffeine's I guess that is the one mind-altering substance I partake in regularly is caffeine. Zen HQX, hello. How are you doing, Zen? Thanks for stopping in. Arnold, Arnold, your username is kind of sus, man. I mean, the Arnold part of it's fine, but that last name in your username is little sus. There's no place like home. Crizel D'Souza, why don't you make videos? Well, I do make videos, Crizel. I mean, if you go on my YouTube channel, there's videos. I don't make them as frequently as I live stream. Like, I don't make videos. I mean, they're shorts. I try to make a short or two every day. But yeah, I'm curious what kind of videos are you hoping that I would make, or that you would like to see, I guess. You can get a lot of subscribes and get awards. You know that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, my intention isn't to get a lot of subscribers or to get awards. Like, I make content that I like, and that I enjoy. And if other people enjoy it, great. If other people don't, so be it. I mean, I have over 600 and something, 700 and something videos on my YouTube channel that go back. Oh man, they go back years now, right? They go back to like pre-pandemic, and I had very little subscribers. I mean, I had like 20 subscribers until January. So, yeah, getting subscribers. If that was my aim, I have been failing at my aim. It's like your name, Steve Van. Yeah, I don't know, man. Your name's a lot more sus than that, Arnold. Yeah, they are trying to bait me. But just Maddox, I agree. So I'm going to just, boom, see you later, man. I mean, he hasn't been trolling, but the sheer fact that his username is like that, it's just waiting for me to trip over it. Neo, hi. What's up, Neo? How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in again, man. Chrisella, are you chat-olic? I don't know what that means. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, you think they meant I meant Christian? Yes, I'm a Christian. Yep, I'm not Catholic, but I am a Christian. Um, my grandma, my mom's mom was Catholic, but I did not grow up Catholic. I grew up in a Methodist church, and we don't currently have a church we go to at the moment. Um, and I know that's a whole nother conversation in of itself, right? um, where did you get the Einstein painting? Is it a reproduction print? I got this at Let me see if I can show the whole thing without just that's not gonna work. Without destroying my camera. I got it at my wife says we got it at a TJ Maxx. I thought it was at a Kohl's, but we've had it. I mean, we've had it since probably before we got married, so almost 10 years now or longer. Bro, you have to drink water. You need water. Yeah, I do need some water. I need some more coffee too. I grew up very evangelical Christian, Pentecostal. I'm Jewish now. Oh wow, Maddox, that's a pretty big swing, man. Yeah, I've been to Pentecostal church. So in my church growing up, we did this thing called confirmation, and we had to go to other faiths, other churches, right? But they could be other faiths. And so I went to a Pentecostal church. We went to a Jewish synagogue. Um, I can't remember the other place we went. You had to go to like 3 different services of 3 different, other denominations or other faiths. You're fine. You showed it the other day. I just need new decor. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got this a long time ago. One of my other favorite pieces of we have a very sparsely decorated house, and it's very eclectic in how it's decorated. But one of my other favorite things we have hanging up is a poster of Jon Snow that says, if you're familiar with Game of Thrones, it says Valar Morghulis, which means all men must die. I like that. The reason and I like that because it kind of goes in line with the whole stoicism idea of like a memento mori. This idea that you should think about your mortality, you should ruminate on it, you should use that as a way to like keep you grounded, keep your perspective. Glitch, how do you refresh graphics drivers? Can you tell me a short key? I don't know anything about that. I don't game on PCs, so I'd be bad. Maddox. Yeah, I'm sure Republicans love you, man. Yeah. I think that's so awful that politics has been permeated by that type of identity politics. It's terrible. Excuse me. I mean, bro, refresh processor driver? I have no idea, man. I wish I could help you, but I just can't. I just can't. King, I want to pursue my education in cybersecurity or become a dev, but I don't know if I love it. I love working with computers, but I don't know. I'm lost. Help me, man. King, that's hard, man. It's hard for me to tell you what to do. I guess I can give you some advice, like if you were my kid. If I was talking to one of my sons, if one of my sons came to me in the future and said the same thing to me, what I would probably tell them is I would say, you need to experience that work in the lowest cost way, right? So don't go get a 4-year degree and then get a job in cybersecurity or coding or programming to figure out if you like it or not, right? See if someone needs an intern or something, and go actually do the work. whether it's paid or unpaid, and figure that out. But I would not sink a whole bunch of money or investment of, particularly financial investment, towards something if you're not 100% certain. Maddox, they forgot that liberal and conservative or physical policies, not ideal. Yeah, I mean, the ideological identity politics is just, it's no bueno. Pablo, the meeting was short. Nice. Well, my meeting is getting ready to start in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to have to hop here real quick. But I appreciate you coming back. I'll be back at 3. Like I said, I'll be back on later today to work on more of that model context protocol server I started on yesterday. How do you know that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life? King, you'll never know that, man, because you're gonna change. You're gonna change. You will. But there is some level of, you have to be willing to figure out, can I tolerate this? Can I do this? And then commit for a period of time. But you're gonna change, man. You're gonna change. So all of it though is, King, don't beat yourself up about it, because these are all two-way doors, right? This is not, you don't make the decision and then you're forever stuck, right? You can always change, you can always pivot. So yeah. All right, guys. You guys are being super nice, reminding me about my meeting. So I appreciate that. Yes, I will be back about 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will at everyone in the Discord channel, like Steve1E just reminded me. And if you do want to join that Discord, the link's in the description of my YouTube channel. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Yeah, I appreciate you guys encouraging people to like the stream. Pablo, that's great advice. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. See y'all. Maddox, the Discord is like a chat app. It's in my YouTube description if you're interested. Real advice, man. Thanks for that. Of course, King. Of course, man. All right. Hope you guys have a good day. I've said that like 6 times now. I'm going for real now.